Hello, this is Thursday, January 1st, 2026, and I'm thinking about when I was in my teens, I watched Star Trek, and I was glued to it. Every time it came on the TV, I really liked it, and that was a long time ago. And then Star Wars came out, and many people loved those movies. Use the Force, Luke. So it's kind of like he had discernment and the power of YAHUAH. But anyways, if you think those movies were great, did you ever listen to or read the book of Ezekiel? Ezekiel was a prophet in the Old Testament. The real name was Yekezqal. So I'm going to play this. It's from the BYNV, the Besorah of Yahushua, Nazarene version, and it's Yekezqal 1, chapter 1. And I'm playing this because it's easier if I just let the assistive reader in the Kindle app read it, because I'm slow at reading.
Contents Yekezqal Yekezqal Ezekiel, Al strengthens, 1. And it came to be in the 30th year, in the 4th month, on the 5th of the month, as I was among the exiles by the river Kibar, the Shamim were opened and I saw visions of Elohim. 2. On the 5th of the month, in the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's exile, 3. The word of YAHUAH came expressly to Yekezqal the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Kibar. And the hand of YAHUAH came upon him there. 4. And I looked and saw a whirlwind coming out of the north, a great cloud with fire flashing itself. And brightness was all around it, and out of its midst like glowing metal, out of the midst of the fire. 5. And out of the midst of it came what looked like 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. 6. And each one had 4 faces, and each one had 4 wings. These beings are seraphim. 7. And their feet were straight feet, and the soles of their feet were like the sole of a calzaphoot. And they sparkled like the appearance of polished bronze. 8. And under their wings on their 4 sides were the hands of a man. And each of the 4 had faces and wings. -9. Their wings touched one another. They did not turn when they went, but each one went straight forward. 10. And the likeness of their faces, the face of a man, and each of the 4 had the face of a lion on the right side, and each of the 4 had the face of an ox on the left side, and each of the 4 had the face of an eagle. 11. Such were their faces. Their wings were spread upward, 2 of each touched one another, and 2 covered their bodies. 12. And each one went straight forward, going wherever the Spirit was to go, and they did not turn when they went. 13. And the likeness of the living creatures. Their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of torches, moving back and forth among the living creatures. And the fire was bright, and out of the fire went lightning. 14. And the living creatures ran back and forth, like the appearance of a flash of lightning. 15. And I looked at the living creatures, and saw a wheel on the arets beside each living creature with its 4 faces. 16. The appearance of the wheels and their works was like the appearance of beryl, and all 4 had the same form. The appearance of their works was, as it were, a wheel in the middle of a wheel. 17. When they went in any one of 4 directions, they did not turn aside when they went. 18. And their rims were high and awesome, and their rims were covered with eyes, all around the 4 of them. 19. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went beside them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the arets, the wheels were lifted up. 20 Wherever the Spirit was to go, they went, because there the Spirit went. And the wheels were lifted together with them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. 21 When those went, these went, when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the arets, the wheels were lifted up together with them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. 22 And a shape was over the heads of the living creatures, and space like the appearance of an awesome crystal, stretched out over their heads. 23 And under the space their wings were straight, one toward another. Each one had two which covered one side, and each one had two which covered the other side of the body. 24 And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the noise of many mayhem, like the voice of the Almighty, a tumult like the noise of an army. And when they stood still, they let down their wings. 25 And a voice came from above the space that was over their heads. When they stood, they dropped their wings. 26 And above the space over their heads was the likeness of a throne, in appearance like a sapphire stone. And on the likeness of the throne was a likeness as the appearance of a man high above it. 27 And from the appearance of his waist and upward I saw what looked like glowing metal with the appearance of fire all around within it. And from the appearance of his waist and downward I saw what looked like fire, and brightness all around. aka Shekinah Kabod. 28 As the appearance of a rainbow in a cloud on a rainy yom, so was the appearance of the brightness all around it. This was the appearance of the likeness of the esteem of Yahuwah. And when I saw it, I fell on my face, and I heard a voice of one speaking. Yekezqal, Ezekiel 2 And he said to me, Son of man, stand on your feet, so that I speak to you. 2 And the Ruach entered into me when he spoke to me, and set me on my feet. And I heard him who was speaking to me. 3 And he said to me, Son of man, I am sending you to the children of Yisrael, to a nation of rebels who have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, until this yom. 4 And the children are stiff of face and hard of heart to whom I am sending you, and you shall say to them, Thus said Adonai Yahuwah. 5 And they, whether they hear or whether they refuse, for they are a rebellious house, shall know that a prophet has been in their midst. 6 And you, son of man, do not be afraid of them, nor be afraid of their words, though thistles and thorns are with you and you dwell among scorpions. Do not be afraid of their words or discouraged by their looks, for they are a rebellious house. 7 And you shall speak my words to them, whether they hear or whether they refuse, for they are rebellious. 8 And you, son of man, hear what I am speaking to you. Do not be rebellious like that rebellious house, open your mouth and eat what I am giving you. 9 And I looked and saw a hand stretched out to me. And see, a scroll of a book was in it. 10 And he spread it before me, and it was written on the inside and on the outside. And written on it were lamentations and mourning and woe. Yekezqal, Ezekiel 3 And he said to me, Son of man, eat what you find, eat this scroll, and go, speak to the house of Yisrael. 2 And I opened my mouth, and he fed me the scroll. 3 And he said to me, Son of man, feed your stomach, and fill your stomach with this scroll that I am giving you. And I ate it, and it was as sweet as honey in my mouth. 4 And he said to me, Son of man, go to the house of Yisrael, and you shall speak to them with my words. 5 For you are not sent to a people of foreign speech and of difficult language, but to the house of Yisrael. 6 Not to many people of foreign speech and of difficult language, whose words you do not understand. If I had rather sent you to them, they would have listened to you. 7 But the house of Yisrael is going to refuse to listen to you, for they refuse to listen to me. For all the house of Yisrael are hard of head, and hard of heart. 8c. I shall make your face as hard as their faces and your forehead as hard as their foreheads. 9. Like adamant stone, harder than flint, I shall make your forehead. Do not be afraid of them, nor be discouraged at their looks, for they are a rebellious house. 10. And he said to me, Son of man, receive into your heart all my words that I speak to you, and hear with your ears. 11. And go, come to the exiles, to the children of your people, and speak to them and say to them, Thus said Adonai YAHUAH, whether they hear, or whether they refuse. 12. And the Spirit lifted me up, and behind me I heard the sound of a great rumbling voice, Blessed be the esteem of YAHUAH from his place. 13. And the sound of the wings of the living creatures touching one another, and the sound of the wheels beside them, and the sound of a great rushing. 14. And the Ruach lifted me and took me away, and I went in bitterness, in the heat of my spirit, while the hand of YAHUAH was strong upon me. 15. And I came to the exiles at Telephone Abib, who were dwelling by the river Kibar. And I sat where they were sitting, and sat there, stunned among them, 7 Yamim. 16. And it came to be at the end of 7 Yamim that the word of YAHUAH came to me, saying, 17 inches Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Yisrael. And you shall hear a word from my mouth, and shall warn them from me. 18. When I say to the lawless, You shall certainly die, and you have not warned him, nor spoken to warn the lawless from his lawless way, to save his life, that same lawless man shall die in his lawlessness, and his blood I require at your hand. 19. But if you have warned the lawless and he does not turn from his lawless, nor from his lawless way, he shall die in his lawlessness, and you have delivered your being. 20. And when obedient one turns from his obedience and shall do disobedience, when I have put a stumbling block before him, he shall die. Because you did not warn him, he shall die in his sin, and his obedience which he has done is not remembered, and his blood I require at your hand. 21. But if you have warned the obedient one that the obedient should not sin, and he did not sin, he shall certainly live because he has been warned, and you have delivered your being. 22. And the hand of YAHUAH came upon me there, and he said to me, Arise, go out into the plain, so that I might speak to you there. 23. So I got up and went out into the plain, and see, the esteemed kabod of YAHUAH stood there, like the esteem which I saw by the river Kibar, and I fell on my face. 24. And the Ruach entered me and set me on my feet, and spoke with me and said to me, Go, shut yourself inside your house. 25. And you, O Son of man, see, they shall put cords on you and bind you with them, so that you do not go out in their midst. 26. And I make your tongue stick to the roof of your mouth, so that you shall be dumb and not be a corrector to them, for they are a rebellious house. 27. But when I speak with you, I open your mouth, and you shall say to them, Thus said Adonai YAHUAH. He who hears, let him hear. And he who refuses, let him refuse, for they are a rebellious. A clay tablet, here.
So, what I wanted to say was that this is quite an amazing story and its truth. It really happened. With all the experiences I've had, I understand it fully. I have seen these angels. They don't really call them angels, but they're living creatures, and they are spirit creatures, just like our Almighty Father YAHUAH. He is spirit, and he is truth, and he is all-powerful, all-knowing. And he's in the past, the present, and the future, all at the same time. He knows the intentions of our hearts. He knows the number of hairs on the billions of people in the world's heads. He knows everything. He knew us before we were born. He knew us before the world was formed. He knit us together in our mother's womb. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. Blessings to you all.